How you doing? How you doing? And how you doing, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Petty, and I appreciate your face right now. And you might be saying to yourself, Petty, you hitting a lot of Genshin videos out right now, bud. And it's because I want to go ahead and get the hype train ready. And honestly, I've been getting a huge response to it, so we gonna stick with it, see if we can bounce the channel back a little bit. If you're one of my newer viewers, which there's quite a few of actually, I started my channel this year. I've been very, very lucky to have the success that I've had so far, and I'm really trying to grow and do as much as I can in Genshin. So if you could do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Your boy'd really, really appreciate it. And yeah, we're just working on, picking steam back up on the channel and trying to get everything ready for the launch of Genshin. And we got some people to talk about today. So basically, 2 out of these 3 were announced within the last week or 2. And then Mona, I want to say, which is our girl on the very end with the giant old witch's hat. She was announced last month, I believe. But we've got new character demos for all of them that we're going to take a look at, talk about them a little bit, and then we're going to make some guesses. So there's a lot of, unconfirmed information. If you've heard people say this person's a 4-star, this person's a 5-star, they're guessing. And I'm going to do some guessing too. I just want to be real honest about the fact that we're out here guessing. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first video for the girl that's right behind me with the big old tag on her face. She's a little zombie girl. Her name is Chichi. It is spelled QiQi, so if you're like me, you probably took one look at that and were like, QiQi, do you love me? Like it, got that instantly stuck in my head. But it is pronounced, Chichi. Clearly, I am a master of the English language. So let's go ahead and take a look at Chichi real quick, and we'll talk about her a little bit. So this is right off the bat telling us that she is cryo, which is ice essentially. Pretty good element. I'd definitely put it in my top 3 just because there's some meme stuff that you can do with it. Plus, walking on water, you can turn water into ice with some of your ice characters depending on their ability, and that makes life nice because you can drown in the water. Not that I've ever drowned. So she's using swords. Okay. Not seeing anything that immediately jumps out as her skill. That looks like it was possibly it. And then this is definitely her ultimate. Like, that has to be her ultimate, or else, like, she's just absolutely nutty. I think that was the end of it. So if you're familiar with some Japanese lore and everything, she's got or actually I don't know if it's specific to Japanese or China or any. I remember Shaman King had that a whole lot and everything, where like the ghost or undead or resurrected people would have those tags on their forehead. So like she's got that aesthetic and is a little zombie girl. But I like that she's using swords. One of the ice people, I believe his name is Chong, that I was able to get. Ice guy has a big old 2-hander, and that was good. That was good, but it was a bit of a slow attack. So while it definitely had its uses for like breaking up shields and stuff, I like what weapon that they gave her. It definitely looks like she's at least causing some kind of AoE going on with her skills. I'll play the video real quick so you can have a chance to see it again. But like when you see that she's putting ice on the ground, I'm assuming that anything that's walking on that is now going to have the ice effect added to them, which, would potentially allow you to switch to another character and use an element to get an interaction off of that. It looks like you can have some fun with it. And then her ultimate obviously looks nice. It's super flashy. And it looks like it again adds another ice AoE effect, which you've got on a few characters, but yeah. I don't know. We'll see, because that monster that they're fighting there was walking up out of water, so it would have had the water effect on it still, which is why you see them turn into a big block of ice, I believe. Because typically you have to use hydro and cryo to be able to turn something into a big old block of ice. It has to be wet, and then you have to hit it with cold, and then it freezes. It's not that when you hit things with cryo that they instantly freeze. So just a couple of guesses there, and we'll leave the, you know, is she 4-star, is she 5-star for towards the end of the video. So let's go ahead and take a look at... And again, with the pronunciations being a little counterintuitive for native English speakers, Keqing, I want to say is her name. She'll tell us in 2 seconds, and you're going to be like, oh, Petty, you ruined it. You ruined it. But she's showing up with Electro, which, again, one of Petty's favorite elements. So, okay. Again, the world is just so beautiful. It's insane to me that this is going to be on the phone. Just absolutely boggles the brain. Again, I like that, you know, we're getting swords. That gives us pretty, it's pretty easy to have some good swords that you can cycle between which people you're actually using, whereas some of the more niche weapons that not as many people use are, you know, hard to have different variants of. So again, I like the choice in weapon. That definitely seems like a big AoE attack. We'll run that back one more time. I wish I had the ability to like pause the video and rewind it, but Streamlabs does not let me do that with the way that I'm trying to record this. But that definitely, her ultimate there, where you saw her, you know, slashing a whole bunch of places at once, anime style, that definitely looks like it's going to be more along the lines of, like, you know, a big damage hit to anything in that area, and not necessarily a heavy elemental element part of it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't look like she's blasting electricity everywhere, and everyone that's inside of that is now electrified. It looks more like she's using her lightning powers to make herself really fast and cut up a bunch of people and do a good amount of damage. That teleport looks gross. Well, no, the bodies seem like they throw a charge around them, but I've seen some people speculating that it doesn't, because usually there's a visual cue that you can see on characters after, you know, you've used a skill that would potentially put an element effect on them. And it looked like some lightning rolled across those guys as they were falling down. So I could be wrong on it just being a huge attack. It could also apply an AoE effect. For those of you wondering why that makes a difference or not, the ability to combo stuff is very, very, very big in this game. And there are a lot of skills that essentially just deal damage and don't have any like elemental utility coming into them. So it's something that you pay attention to when you're building your teams. All right, what people do I have of what elements, and what are they able to do with those elements? You know, can they apply it to just one person? Can they apply it to an area? Are they applying it at all? So that's part of what I'm trying to, you know, figure out when we're looking at that one. So let's go ahead and take a look at the very last video that we got, which is of Mona, all the way over here on the side. The easiest name that we got here today. And she is Hydro. This is actually one of the first champions I've seen that is Hydro. I didn't pull any when I was playing the beta, so I didn't get to play with them at all. But if you saw me playing or watched any of the live streams, you know that I got very, very excited when one of two things happened. A, I was fighting people near a body of water, because then I would just drag them all into there to have the fight, and then would start absolutely decimating them with Lisa or some freezes. Or B, if it starts raining. Because when it starts raining in the world, guess what? Everything now has the hydro effect applied to it, and you can, you know, then use your Lisa to just absolutely blow people up. It is disgusting. And I got so excited about hydro interactions that I completely forgot to watch that video. So let's roll that back again real fast and see if there's anything worth picking out from it and talking about. So There is also a bunch of like character backstories and stuff like that. If you go to Genshin Impact's Facebook, you can see a lot of like little stories and ways that they're trying to show you the characters' personalities. All of the characters have unique personalities in this game that are very well written. Characters that you don't like, you're intentionally not supposed to like them. Like the first ice guy they give you, like QiQi or something like that. Absolute garbage. He's a meme and the game treats him like a meme. And then all the other characters are super compelling, super interesting. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna like Mona if I happen to pull her, because she seems to be applying a lot of AoE water effects to people with all of these skills. That last one was obviously gonna be her ultimate. Ooh, there's just so much fun you can have with water in this game. So much fun. And the character models are super well done too. They're all visually very interesting. There's a few lollies, but this is one game where I'll forgive some of that. Y'all know how Petty feels about that. Again, it's just this game is so absolutely beautiful. And all this stuff you are seeing are shots from within the game, you know what I mean? These aren't cutscenes. So pretty. So I like the little area nuke that she looks like she has there. That looks like another type of skill. And then that looks like her ultimate. But that could be part of her ultimate, and it just does a couple of things. Either the thing that she threw out is a secondary skill, or that is part of her ultimate. She throws that out, that starts affecting everybody, and then she starts doing something that then combos and is part of it. Kind of hard to guess from just these little demo videos that they're putting out, but all of them look like interesting characters, and I would absolutely love to get my hands on them and play with them a little bit. In terms of where I think all of these people lie, we're going to use our our pretty little star here. So first one, let's talk about our girl Chichi. I'm gonna wager that she's probably a 5-star. Just going off of, you know, how she looks and the level of detail that went into her character design, it just feels 5-star to me. And after watching that video, you know, there's a pretty good chance, in my opinion. Between the other two, I have a harder time making that guess. I want to say that for sure Mona's probably a 4-star. I'm not sure how many Hydro characters there are in the game, but I didn't see a whole bunch when I was playing the beta, and never really saw any examples of one until this video. So if she's one of, like, you know, 2 or 3 water people, then maybe a 5-star, but I'd still, my gut wants to say that she's 4-star. Our other girl, Keqing, I almost want to say that she's a 5-star. This is the one that I have a much harder time in terms of leaning one way or the other. On one end, her character design is very detailed, and I could see this, you know, being a banner champion, you know what I mean, like, but I don't know if she's not doing as much applying of electricity, plus there's a lot of electro champions in this game. I don't know if she's doing enough or is going to do enough unless the modifiers on, like, say, her ultimate are just absolutely insane and one of the strongest in the game. In that case, she'd probably be a 5-star. But I don't know. I don't want to lean and say that, okay, I think we've got 2 4-stars and a 5-star. At least with Keqing, this is the only one where I've got a nice hard time picking out what direction I want to make that guess. I do think Chichi is 100% 5-star. I am fairly certain that Mona is going to be a 4-star. And I just can't say one way or the other which way I think Keqing is going to go. QiQi. I'm trying, guys. Language is hard. You see me mess up English all the time. All the time. But let me know if there's any other stuff in regards to Genshin that you're interested in or want to have more information on before the game actually launches. I'm going to keep working on making different types of content. The video that we did yesterday, I spent hours and hours and hours putting together all that stuff in Photoshop to be able to do a video on it like I did. So I do have the ability to, you know, do that for some more topics and everything. It's just more likely those are going to be weekend videos where I can spend, you know, 5 hours in a day playing with Photoshop. Because, you know, you spend 3 hours in Photoshop, your brain starts to melt, you go take a nap, then you come back, do another 2 hours, and alright, now it's time to record the video. You're wondering why the video came out at midnight. That's why. But I appreciate your faces. Again, if you're one of the newer people checking out the channel and everything, I would super appreciate your help in growing it. Hitting that subscribe button, leaving a comment really helps. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I appreciate your faces. Thank you so much for stopping by today. It's been your boy Patty, and you have to catch me on the next one, because we out of here. Deuces. Oh, I missed the button. Bye. I didn't miss again. No way I missed again.